The days are growing shorter, the crisp autumn breeze fills the night's air, leaves drift down from trees, and cooler temperatures remind us that the seasons are changing. But one thing remains constant, this epic comic book channel. Get ready to dive into brand new fictional locations, meet incredible characters, and so much more. The weather may change, but our stories never stop. Welcome to Short Story Universe Audio. Thanks for clicking on my video Mysteries and Madness, blocked out. To fully enjoy this video, please ensure CC closed captions aka subtitles is turned on. Reminder: the characters, events, locations, etc. in the following story are fictional and set within the short story universe. Be sure to stick around after the story and enjoy the amazing AI podcast that deep dives into this amazing story. So, grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy Mysteries and Madness, blocked out. Continuing the wild and unpredictable journey that is Mysteries and Madness, we present another mind-bending story from the short story universe. Blocked Out is like every story in this universe. It blends intrigue, mystery, and suspense into one unforgettable ride. Are the events unfolding in reality or just within the character's mind? In Mysteries and Madness, the line between fantasy and reality blurs, leaving the reader wondering what's real and what's imagined. Each twist keeps you on the edge of your seat, questioning the very fabric of the story until the last, jaw-dropping moment. The story kicks off with Oliver West, better known to his friends as Ollie. He's the kind of guy who everyone says looks familiar, you know, like someone's brother, cousin, or that friendly guy next door. But beneath Ollie's seemingly harmless exterior lies an undeniable urge. He's a kleptomaniac. Can't help it, just sees something, and suddenly, it's his. For Ollie, the phrase finders keepers isn't just a saying, it's his philosophy of life. After getting into a bit of legal trouble and needing to straighten out his life, Ollie joined a group therapy program. His therapist, Jody Turner, helped him deal with his habit, and over time, Ollie learned to block out his kleptomaniac urges and most of his past, including his relationship with Jody. Months later, while on a morning jog near his favorite tree, Ollie stumbles upon a wallet half buried in the dirt. Instinct kicks in, but instead of pocketing it, he opens it, finding the ID of an older man named John Watts. Feeling a strange sense of obligation, Ollie sends a message through the popular platform Short Stream All-in-One, arranging to meet John to return his wallet. In the grocery store parking lot, Ollie hands over the wallet, and John, overwhelmed with gratitude, tells Ollie he looks just like his younger brother who died in combat. The interaction is so warm and touching that Ollie gives John a hug. They exchange numbers, and Ollie offers to be there if John ever needs someone to talk to. But Ollie's life is about to get stranger. At his local movie theater, while sitting in his favorite seat, Ollie discovers a wristwatch taped under the seat. This time, instead of keeping it, he does the right thing and posts it on Short Stream All-in-One's missing item board. A day later, a young woman named Oda King responds, claiming the watch is hers. They meet at Ollie's favorite fancy restaurant, where Oda, smiling warmly, tells Ollie he reminds her of her ex-boyfriend. As they share a meal of end-of-summer all-you-can-eat crab legs, a mutual attraction sparks. Before long, they're dating, and Oda moves into Ollie's apartment. Now, this is where things get weird. On an autumn day, as Ollie and Oda stroll through the park, sipping spicy pumpkin chai tea and munching on strawberry cream cheese bagels, they toss their trash into Ollie's favorite trash can, and that's when Ollie spots something strange. A small, futuristic laser hand cannon hidden behind the trash can. Curious and slightly nervous, Ollie picks it up and takes it home. In the car, Oda checks the registered gun section on Short Stream All-in-One and finds something shocking. The laser cannon is registered to Ollie. His name, signature, even his picture is all there. Ollie is floored. How could this happen? Oda brushes it off with an eerie smile, and when Ollie peeks over her shoulder, he sees she's browsing the dark mail section of All-in-One. Back at the apartment, Ollie excuses himself to check out the dark mail site for himself. The tagline reads, "Need dark info? We got it or can get it." When Ollie emerges from the bathroom, he finds Oda standing right outside the door, her gaze unnerving. Group therapy, huh? Ollie asks. Yeah, some quack who just smiles through the whole session, Oda replies nonchalantly. And John? You know him? Ollie presses. Total liar, Oda says. Made up some ridiculous story about his dead brother in the military. That's wild, Ollie mutters. Then, Oda drops a bombshell. I was once the prime suspect in poisoning my ex-boyfriend, she says with a devilish grin. Ollie's eyes widen. Mic drop, he whispers to himself, stunned. Care for some green tomatoes and bacon soup? Oda offers, still smiling. The night ends on a chilling note. Ollie drifts off to sleep, only to be startled awake by a gentle hand on his shoulder. It's Jody, his group therapist. Therapy's over, Ollie, she says, her voice calm. Across the room, John smiles warmly. Oda? She's already walking out the door, saying, my boyfriend's waiting in the car. Ollie leaves the session feeling disoriented. As he walks home, he passes his favorite tree and finds a wallet slightly buried in the dirt, just like before. His mind races. Not again, he mutters. Up ahead, Ollie sees Jody jogging past, but when he calls her name, she looks confused and replies, I'm sorry, I've never met you. Across the street, John waves from a cafe where Oda and her new boyfriend sit, laughing. Ollie looks down and notices the wristwatch on his arm, a custom design branded by B.O. Blocked out. Is this the end of the story, or just the beginning? Remember that AI podcast I mentioned at the opening of this video? It's coming up next. AI technology is totally amazing. The two AI podcasters sound so professional and funny as they deep dive into my story mysteries and madness, Blocked Out. Enjoy!
All right, so today we're diving into a story that's going to really make you think, like, what is real? You know, it's called Blocked Out. It's part of the series Mysteries and Madness. And
I've heard of that one.
yeah, and the whole thing is set in this fictional universe they call the short story universe, which is pretty cool, actually. But it's not just the setting, it's how they mess with your head a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, you're never quite sure if what you're reading is actually happening or if it's all in the character's mind.
Exactly. And this story, Blocked Out, really takes that and runs with it. I mean, from the very beginning, you meet the main character, Ollie West, and there's something off about him.
You pick up on that right away.
Yeah.
The author does a great job of making you feel like you've met Ollie before, but you can't quite place him.
Yes. It's like that nagging feeling of, wait, do I know this guy? And everyone in the story seems to have that same reaction to him.
It's a fantastic way to establish that tone of uncertainty right from the start, and it makes you question everything that follows.
Totally. And then there's the fact that he's a kleptomaniac, which just adds another layer of complexity to his character.
And it makes you wonder about the significance, right? Like, is it a literal compulsion or is it symbolic of something deeper?
Right, right. Is it just a quirk or is there something darker underneath?
I think the story's title, Blocked Out, gives us a big hint.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Is he blocking out the guilt of stealing? Or could it be a sign of something else he's repressed, like painful memories or emotions?
That is a really interesting interpretation. So we're not just looking at the kleptomania as a bad habit, but as a metaphor for something deeper going on.
Precisely. And this is where the story gets really fascinating. Notice how each thing Ollie steals is significant in some way. It's not random.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it.
There's the wallet, which represents his identity. Then you have the wristwatch, which is about time, maybe even lost memories. He even swipes this futuristic weapon at one point.
Wow, I didn't even think about it like that. Each object is carefully chosen, almost like they're clues to understanding Ollie's subconscious.
Exactly. Like pieces of a puzzle he's putting together. And that weapon, you know, it could symbolize some hidden aggression, a side of himself he doesn't want to confront.
That's a really interesting point. And what about those weird encounters he has after he steals from these people? They each tell him the same creepy thing, like, you remind me of someone.
Right. It's as if Ollie is a mirror, reflecting something back at them that they don't want to see, something that makes them uneasy.
It's creepy. And it keeps you guessing, just like Ollie, trying to figure out what it all means.
Exactly. That's psychological suspense at its finest. And then, just when you think you're starting to understand, the author throws in this whole short stream all LN1 thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. The short stream all N1, their version of social media, but like way more intense. It connects everyone in this world and lets them share anything and everything.
It's a brilliant blend of all the social media we know, but with some unsettling twists. Like their version of private messaging, they call dark mail.
Yeah, dark mail. Talk about creepy. It's like they've integrated the dark web into their everyday lives. People are constantly digging up dirt on each other, sending anonymous messages, doing things they wouldn't want tied to their real identity.
And it makes you wonder, is that just a product of their advanced technology? Or is that need for hidden information, that desire to peek behind the curtain, something that's just part of human nature?
Right. It makes you wonder, if we had that kind of technology, would we be doing the same things?
Oh, absolutely. I think it taps into that universal fascination with secrets. I mean, look at how popular true crime is these days, or mystery novels, or even just, gossiping with friends. We can't resist a good mystery.
It's true. We all want to know what's really going on beneath the surface. And in this story, you've got Ollie grappling with his own issues and this feeling that reality is kind of slippery, all happening in a world obsessed with hidden information. It's a recipe for disaster, right?
Absolutely. And just when you think the story can't get any weirder, bam. The author throws in this huge twist.
I know, right? It turns out everything we thought was happening, the thefts, the strange encounters, those cryptic messages, it was all part of a group therapy session.
It's brilliant. The author pulls the rug out from under you in the best way possible. Suddenly, you're questioning everything you thought you knew.
I was floored. It makes you wonder, were Oda and John, those people Ollie kept running into, were they even real? Were they actually part of his therapy group or just figments of his imagination?
That's the question, isn't it? The author leaves it deliberately ambiguous.
Which makes it even more unsettling. If those encounters were just part of the therapy, what does that say about Ollie? Is he losing touch with reality?
And it makes you question your own perception as a reader, too.
You're right. It's like, am I an unreliable witness to this story? Am I misinterpreting things because Ollie's perception is so skewed?
Exactly. The author uses the unreliable narrator, in this case Ollie, to create this fantastic sense of unease.
And it really works. It's not about solving a mystery, it's about sitting with that uncomfortable feeling of not knowing, of questioning what's real and what's not.
And that discomfort is taken to a whole other level in the story's ending, which honestly left me with more questions than answers.
Oh, tell me about it. That final scene where Ollie sees John and Oda again outside of therapy in his everyday life, so creepy. It's like his brain is trying to tell him something, but he can't quite make sense of it.
It's the ultimate cliffhanger, are those people following him? Is his mind playing tricks on him? The story doesn't give you a straight answer, and honestly, I kind of love that.
Me too, actually. It makes you think, doesn't it, about how much of what we perceive is actually real, especially with all the technology in this story, like that dark mail thing. It's like they're surrounded by ways to manipulate reality, to blur the lines between what's true and what's not.
Right. It makes you wonder, is Ollie just struggling with his own personal demons? Or is he a kind of a cautionary tale for all of us? Like, what happens when we become so obsessed with hidden information, with the darker side of things, that we lose sight of what's real?
Whoa. Okay, so if our listeners take away one thing from this deep dive on Blocked Out, what should it be? What's the big takeaway here?
I think it's about embracing the unknown, the ambiguity. Not every story needs a neat and tidy ending. Sometimes the most powerful ones are the ones that stay with you, that make you question everything, even after you finished reading.
I couldn't agree more. Well, I've got to say, this deep dive into mysteries and madness has been a wild ride. It's clear that these stories aren't just about solving puzzles or uncovering secrets. They're about exploring the deepest parts of ourselves, the parts we often try to keep hidden.
Precisely. And if you're willing to go along for the ride to confront those uncomfortable truths, you'll find some truly thought-provoking narratives in the short story universe. I highly recommend checking it out.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the mysteries of Blocked Out. Until next time, keep exploring those shadowy corners of your mind, and remember, sometimes the most unsettling truths are the ones we find within ourselves.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you never miss an update on all the exciting stories coming your way. See you in the next one.